are still on the radar this morning. We're tracking new rounds of sleet and freezing rain getting ready to move into Wisconsin.
Sidewalks and driveways and roads are incredibly slick this morning. What it looks like in your neighborhood coming up.
And the latest out of the UW-Michigan scuffle, who's getting fined what and which players are suspended on both teams. Good morning, everybody. We want to start with the top story of the day. Another alert day in store. Ice-covered streets out there, and it's going to get worse as the morning progresses.
We have team coverage this morning. Chris Reese is timing out the freezing rain. Josh Spreiter is focused on the traffic impacts, and McKenna will give us an up-close look. We're going to start, though, with school closures. ICE shutting down all major school districts in our viewing area, including the Madison Metro School District. A lot of them making that call overnight. As of now, there are more than 100 closures, including Middleton Cross Plains, Sauk Prairie, Verona, Waunakee, Janesville, and Sun Prairie. The full list is scrolling on the bottom of your screen. They're also posted at channel3000.com.
Let's turn it over now to Chris Reese and your certified most accurate forecast. What are you watching now, Chris?
I'm watching parts of Iowa. That's where we're starting to see more and more of the sleet freezing rain showers beginning to pop up. And everything that develops over Iowa today, that begins to move our direction as we move into the afternoon. Let's take a moment and really spend some time throughout southwestern parts of Wisconsin. This is where I've been watching more of the sleet and freezing rain showers begin to develop as we've gone through really about the past hour or so. I've really started to see these develop. Shullsburg, you're getting in on some freezing rain right now. Meanwhile, it is sleet as you work your way towards Platteville and Cuba City. All of this starting to work its way towards the north and east. Let's focus on what's around Platteville right now. That's going to be traveling up 151 towards Waldwick as we go through time. That arrives as we go through about the next 8 minutes here. You're going to start to see a steadier freezing rain shower start to move in. By 6:26, Mount Horeb will get in on that steadier rain shower. Now let's focus on the south. This is what's around Gratiot right now. That's going to be working its way towards Hughes by the time we get you towards about a quarter after the hour, 6:14. By 6:20, it's in Monroe. Monticello by the time we get you towards 6:27. But also, what's around Cuba City, this is freezing rain and sleet. That's going to be working its way towards Peterson Park by the time we go through the next half hour as well. And more of this will continue to develop. But because of what we're tracking, that's why I have icy and slick for all of the day parts when it comes to your travel times. And it's really going to be rough around lunchtime. It'll be rough around your evening commute as well. Part of why things are going to be bad is the temperature. Once you drop towards 18, salt is no longer truly effective. This is when they start to switch over to sand. We're at 18 right now in Madison, and this colder air is working in. Temperatures have been dropping all morning long. It's 13 in the Dells right now, a little bit better in Janesville at 28. So let's put things into motion. 8 o'clock, we might warm up a degree or two towards 20, still into the teens as you work your way back towards western and northwestern parts of the state. 11 o'clock, here comes our heaviest push. We are socked in with the freezing rain and sleet at this point. We may even see some lightning and hear some rumbles of thunder, but check the temperatures into the teens. It's really going to be tough to salt at this point. By 3:30, we're ending things as a couple of snowflakes. It's not going to amount to much overall. Then we go down towards 5 degrees overnight tonight. That all being said, we're looking at a 1/10 to a 1/4 inch of freezing rain. Depending on when we transition to sleet, we could be on the lower side or the higher side. If it takes us longer and we get the higher side, power outages are a possibility. This is why you want to make sure you have that supply of sand and salt ready to go and keep those devices charged as we go throughout today. My bottom line, what I want you to know is this: freezing rain is more dangerous than snow. It does not look like much, but it's certainly dangerous. Power outages are a possibility today, so I encourage you to keep your devices charged. And again, it may not look like much out there, but travel is still treacherous. That's the reason we have so many school closings out there. I want to applaud a lot of our school systems for doing the right thing today, because it is dangerous on those roadways. We'll track another chance of accumulating snow coming our direction on Thursday. That's going to have impacts as well. We just want to get through this alert day first before we focus on Thursday's commutes.
Thanks, Chris. You can track the weather yourself with our Channel 3000 weather app. Warnings, advisories, school closures are on there. Forecasts, interactive radars as well, all for free.
Our team coverage continues with an up-close look now at what you'll see when you step out this morning.
Yeah, those first few steps could be really slick. So let's go to McKenna Alexander, who's live out there, to show us what it looks like. Hey, McKenna.
Yeah, hey, you too. Well, like you said, stepping outside this morning, let's talk sidewalks and driveways. So, unless you're wearing ice skates, don't go outside. It's as clear as that. I mean, it's incredibly slick. And as I've been walking, the pavement has been getting a little bit better, so don't take my word for it. It is a lot more slick than it really looks. And the thing with this is, it's not like a giant chunk of ice that you're seeing there. You know, if you're driving and you see one, obviously you're not going to go on that. The roads honestly just look a little bit wet, but it's truly so slick, as well as the sidewalks and driveways. So don't go out and get your mail. And while roads have been treated, city officials do say that given the nature of the storm and as it's going to go throughout the day, as time goes on, that salt just becomes less effective and it gets more complicated for them.
Even the work that we do tonight and tomorrow, it's just going to get covered over again. So you really got to be careful if you decide to get out there in this weather. It's going to be dangerous out there.
Now, Johnson says if you can work from home today, do so. Obviously, a lot of kiddos also home from school today. If you have to run errands, try to push it back to tomorrow. Obviously, stay safe and try to stay indoors today while the storm continues to go through. Back to you, too.
McKenna Alexander, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. And we continue to track your morning commute on this alert day.
Josh Sprider's in this morning with your first warn traffic to take a look at travel conditions across the state. First off, hey, Josh.
Hey, guys, good morning. Yeah, taking a look at the Department of Roads camera right now, or the road conditions across the Badger State. You can see we're seeing a lot of colors on the map. We're going to zoom into the 608. In general, right now, green means go. We're seeing a couple of blue spots. That means partially covered roads, especially down towards Mount Horeb, New Glarus. But the pink, which we're seeing on the right half of the screen, that is completely covered. That's where we're seeing the biggest issues so far this morning. Let's take you around to some of those issues across the 608 this morning. Still dealing with that crash. This is the Newville exit right at the Rock River Lake Koshkonong exit there near Newville. Keep in mind that we still do have the right lane that is closed due to a crash involving a semi earlier on. We are still seeing some delays on Highway 51 northbound. If you have been routing around that, we're down to around 39 miles an hour right now. So you're going to want to budget some extra time in there. Southwest Wisconsin looking a little bit better. Iowa County, still some slowdowns near Dodgeville this morning. Up in Columbia County, we're also seeing some colors on the map, some yellows and reds showing up near Portage on I-39 and also Highway 51. Bring it into the Madison area right now. Not too shabby as we start off this morning, but still early. The morning commute about to pick up here. A couple of colors popping up there. Of course, we are giving you the red light as you head out the door for your commute impacts this morning. Take it slow if you do have to go out this morning, or just stay home altogether. Maybe just take a sick day. Is that a thing? If you want to just stay home, guys? I know we had to come in today, but I'd be home under the covers, probably with the fire going right now.
A little late. Yeah, a little late for us.
Good work from home day.
Yes.
It really is. It really is.
All right, thanks, Josh. To our other top headlines this morning, UW police say no one will be criminally charged for the fight at the end of Sunday's Badger game at the Kohl Center. But the universities and the Big Ten handing down their own punishments.
Juwan Howard will be suspended through the end of the regular season, another 5 games for Michigan. He'll also have to pay a $40,000 fine. 2 of his players also receiving a 1-game suspension effective immediately. As for Wisconsin, Greg Gard being fined $10,000, which the UW says they will pay for. And junior guard Jacoby Neath also suspended. He'll have to sit out 1 game effective immediately. You're taking a closer look at those fines and suspensions from the Big Ten. The conference says these coaches and players are all in violation of their sportsmanship policy. In a statement, the Big Ten said it hopes, quote, this incident gives coaches and athletes an opportunity to reflect, learn, and move forward in a way that demonstrates leadership.
Continuing coverage now of the teacher shortage. Wisconsin Democrats unveiling a package of 8 bills focused on addressing that shortage in K-12 schools. The package of bills introduced yesterday, one would establish a minimum salary for teachers. Another would give teachers a $7,000 bonus every 5 years. The president of the teachers union says workload has dramatically increased and the pandemic has only made things worse.
Educators are at a breaking point. Students need so much, but there are not enough of us to meet their needs. And impossible demands are driving great educators out of the profession.
Teachers don't punch a clock. Teachers do what they know they need to do to prepare this next generation for what they're going to encounter in life.
Other bills in the package would create the UW Teacher Pledge. This would allow for education loans to be repaid at all UW system schools. Student teachers would also get a base pay of $15 an hour. Now, there is no word this morning of the cost of all of this or where that money would come from, though they are talking about using part of the $3.8 billion state surplus.
President Biden's search for a new Supreme Court justice underway. Interviews have started with at least one person holding a sit-down with the president last week. No word yet on how many candidates will be questioned.
This morning, the world is watching Ukraine for signs of a Russian invasion after President Vladimir Putin directed forces into the country. The U.S. and NATO expected to announce sanctions against Moscow now, though the extent of those sanctions is not yet clear. Laura Podesta reports now from the UN headquarters in New York.
The standoff between NATO and Russia over Ukraine has moved closer to becoming a full-scale war. On Monday, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a decree recognizing two eastern Ukrainian regions as independent states. Putin later ordered troops into Donetsk and Luhansk, saying they were needed to maintain order.
He calls them peacekeepers. This is nonsense. We know what they really are.
The UN Security Council convened for an emergency meeting in New York last night. Russia's actions were denounced by several council members, including U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield.
This move by President Putin is clearly the basis for Russia's attempt to create a pretext for a further invasion of Ukraine.
The council's Russian delegate said the Kremlin was taking steps to prevent a bloodbath in Ukraine. Diplomats here at the UN say the risk of a major conflict is real, and they're urging all sides involved to show restraint. President Biden signed an executive order blocking trade and investment with the breakaway republics. A senior White House official told CBS News that new sanctions against Russia will be unveiled today. In a televised speech, Putin blamed the crisis on NATO, saying it had encroached on land that has long been part of Russia. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said in a public address to his nation, quote, "We are not afraid of anyone or anything. We don't owe anyone anything, and we won't give anything to anyone." His foreign minister is set to arrive in Washington today to meet with Secretary of State Antony Blinken, according to the State Department.
Quite the statement there.
Yeah.
6:11 now. Time to take a live look outside. A slick commute for your Tuesday morning. Our team coverage continues to get you out the door safe and sound today, starting with an update from Chris Reese and his certified most accurate forecast. That's 3 minutes away.
Later, Aaron Rodgers is trending this morning. His new social media post that has Packers fans speculating.
The President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture is one of the biggest sales of the year. Starting Sunday, get incredible doorbuster deals, like a modern sofa chase with a free lift-top table, all while they last. Wow! The huge President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Grass looks great, Zeus. Hey, could you maybe trim the hydrangea too?
Sure thing, Kevin. You want me to do the box suits as well?
No.
Finding the right person for the job isn't always easy. But when you have an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can give you personalized advice and could help you save hundreds.
Hey, Medusa, let's boogie.
For expert help with all your insurance needs, get to know your local Geico agent today.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this Valentine's Day, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean. and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. So this Valentine's Day, order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
The President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture is one of the biggest sales of the year. Starting Sunday, get incredible doorbuster deals, like a modern sofa chase with a free lift-top table, all while they last. Wow! The huge President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
We are still tracking a lot of that freezing rain and sleet starting to develop to our south and west, and that's going to be moving in as we go throughout the rest of the morning. If you're traveling up towards the Twin Cities today, probably not advised right now, but that is where heavy snow is starting to develop right on top of that metro. But by the time we get you all towards 9, 10 o'clock, that's where we're really going to start to see a lot more activity showing up on the radar. Everything out there now, just freezing drizzle. But I've been watching this line of freezing rain and sleet showers moving through. There's been a lot of lightning and thunder with these throughout parts of Iowa this morning, and we're going to continue to watch the lightning and thunder show up at times. Lafayette County has been where we've seen a lot of this, but now it's starting to move just a little bit more north into parts of Iowa County this morning. That's going to be knocking on the door of Dane County here shortly. Travel impacts will continue for us throughout the morning. Thankfully, they're going to be a little bit on the minor side compared to more of the moderate and major side, but we're still going to see impactful weather throughout the rest of this afternoon before things begin to improve. From there, attention turns to what I am watching as we start to move towards Thursday. Thursday afternoon through Friday, we are talking minor to moderate impacts as an accumulating snow event starts to work its way on through. Let's put things into motion. Here's the rest of our sleet and maybe some back-end snow showers later on today. Now we're at Thursday at 1:30 in the afternoon. Here it comes. We start to see that next chance for snow moving into the picture. This is now Thursday at 11 o'clock, and now we're talking snow that overspreads the area overnight Thursday and into Friday. This will be an accumulating snow event that will likely lead to some snow-covered roads as we start to move towards Friday morning. Still got to take some time to fine-tune the totals, guys, but I'm really watching Thursday and into Friday. It looks like we could put at least a couple of inches of snow on the ground.
Busy weather week.
Yes, it is. I'm here for it. It's been a non-busy weather winter.
Hey, we appreciate you, Chris.
No
Thanks
problem.
for updating us. All right, over to Josh now with a look at area traffic. You're continuing to keep us updated on that morning commute, Josh.
Hey, guys. Yeah, good morning. We're taking a look at the 608 in general this morning. We're seeing a lot of colors showing up on the map. Let's take you around. A good update here just into the First Warren Traffic Center. That crash near the Newville exit on the Rock County-Dane County line there near Rock River was just cleared. So we're starting to see a lot better speeds on the interstate. Highway 1451 still looking slow, though. If we head out to southwest Wisconsin, we're also seeing some colors showing up on the map. 151 looking slow all the way from Dickeyville to Dodgeville. If you're heading on 61 near Potosi as well, we're also seeing some delays there. Bringing us into Dane County right now. This is the way things are looking. Actually not too bad as we come into the Madison area. A lot of green still showing up on the map, but still early. That morning commute about to pick up this morning as we take a look at your drive times right now. Still pretty well in the green. Average speed on Highway 12 around 52 miles an hour. Beltline so far so good. We'll let you know if anything changes. That's your First Warren Traffic.
Josh Brighter, we appreciate it. All right, 6:18 now. Medina Spirit's 2021 win at the Kentucky Derby is nullified this morning. The Kentucky Horse Racing Commission making that announcement this week. The horse had failed a post-race drug test. Back then, they announced the horse's Hall of Fame trainer, Bob Baffert, has also been suspended for 90 days. He'll also be fined $7,500. Baffert says he plans to appeal. Back in December, Medina Spirit collapsed and died at the end of a workout.
Aaron Rodgers is trending this morning after an emotional Instagram post to those closest to him overnight. So here's what he said. Rodgers went on to thank his ex, Shailene Woodley, for the time that they had together, posting a nice picture of them together. It's like, are they, aren't they?
Yeah, I was a little confused by that this morning.
He goes on to say, He wanted to thank his quarterback teammates and coaches and his good friends, Randall Cobb and David Bakhtiari. He finishes the post by thanking all the teammates that he's ever had for the memories. Signs off with love and peace. Rodgers is expected to be on the Pat McAfee show later today. So, I don't know. Could there be an announcement? What does this mean? I don't think only Aaron Rodgers and perhaps a couple of people around him know that for sure.
A lot of eyes on that interview. He was supposed to make an announcement before mid-March here.
Yeah, well, gosh, who knows?
Yeah.
I hate to speculate one way or another because we've been through this how many times?
Quite the tease of an Instagram post, though, that's for sure.
We'll see. Coming up, a new world view never seen before. A close-up look at a solar eruption in a few minutes.
And ahead in our next half hour, team coverage continues on this alert day, where we're seeing the slickest streets and when this freezing drizzle will turn to sleet. Stay with us.
This portion of News 3 Now is brought to you by Shopko Optical.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
What can Sono Bello do for you? How about a new shape?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
With Sono Bello, you can remove stubborn body fat permanently in just one visit. Don't wait a moment longer to reveal the new you.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
But Senator Ron Johnson is putting...
You know what's interesting? Liberal groups have already spent $12 million falsely attacking me and engaging in the politics of personal destruction. Their allies in the media have dutifully piled on. Why? Because they can't defend the disastrous results of their policies. During this campaign, I intend to discuss issues that impact your life. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message because I'm concerned about inflation, open borders, and rising crime, just like you.
The Wisconsin Fishing Expo is back at the Alliant Energy Center Expo Hall in Madison, February 25th through the 27th. The Wisconsin Fishing Expo is back with new gear. The Wisconsin Fishing Expo is back with awesome seminars. The Wisconsin Fishing Expo is back with hard-to-find boats. The Wisconsin Fishing Expo is back with family activities. Go to wifishingexpo.com for details. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Outdoor News, Don's Marine, Fox Sports 1070 The Game, Lucas Oil, and Explore Lacrosse.
At McGann Furniture in Baraboo, we know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. When you shop at McGann, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples just starting out to senior citizens, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. Plus, most purchases include free delivery and setup. And remember, at McGann, we don't raise our prices only to lower them later for a sale. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Jim.
Oh, yeah?
I wish I spent all day at the gym.
Hey, we're back, Leah. 623. Checking out a photo from Sue and Baraboo. Lovely snowfall out there and the warm sunrise, just lighting it up. I miss all the snow cover. I really do.
Can't warm yourself up at the gym. Use this beautiful photo from Sue. You like that segue?
I do. It's not bad.
It's a good effort.
Not bad. B+ for effort.
Beautiful shot, Sue, truly. If you are taking some shots outside your window this morning, staying nice and cozy inside, use the hashtag MyNews3Morning and share it on social media so we can find and share our favorites.
Well, this is a new crazy image that just came out. A never before seen look at the sun. And no, we don't have that, do we? Are we going to go to that or not? Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
Look at this. NASA says it's an unprecedented image of a giant solar eruption. The eruption took place last Tuesday and stretched out over millions of miles into space. NASA and the European Space Agency's solar orbiter captured these images. It blasted off away from Earth, so it didn't come at us, so that's the good news.
We think. We're not really sure.
Isn't that something, though?
It's beautiful. Just a gorgeous shot. I've always really been into stars and astronomy. I couldn't tell you much about it, but I do think it's just stunning.
Yeah, it's quite an image. Chris Reese, you do not have a degree in astrology.
No.
Or astronomy.
No.
Astrology.
It's
we
meteorology.
specifically would like you
meteorology.
to
you
tell
would
us
not
your
believe
horoscope.
how many people are like, oh, you're a meteorology major? So like, can you tell me about the stars? I'm like, no, I cannot. And that's also my favorite thing. Everyone's like, so when are we going to see the northern lights? I'm like, I don't know. That is not my job. That is not my degree or my field of expertise.
See how they get confused. That makes sense.
Your expertise coming in really handy this morning because it is quite a mess out there. You're on top of
absolutely. And I've done a lot of research in winter storm forecasting, so this is truly where I'm supposed to be. We're looking at Doppler track right now, focused in on Dane County, and we actually do have freezing rain coming down. A lot of that does not show up on the radar, but we zoom things out just a bit, and you're starting to see more and more of that showing up to our south and west. We've even seen some lightning and thunder with these freezing rain and sleet showers. This will continue to fill in as we go throughout the rest of the morning and into the afternoon. So things may look not all that bad right now, but look at how things begin to fill in as we go throughout the rest of the morning and into parts of the afternoon. We'll ultimately end things as a little bit of some snow. But the bottom line, folks, is that freezing rain is more dangerous than snow altogether. That's why we've had a lot of the school closings. A lot of folks are out. It's not much, but travel's still going to be dangerous today.
All right, an update after this. Don't go anywhere.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
This is the purpose-built Ford F-150. It's a beast with brains. You know what? Skip this video. Go see one at the auto show.
It's auto show time, the best time to buy a Ford F-150 with ways to power up this and that. Work smarter. Muscle for most anything. Plus, special auto show offers to help you bring one home today. Now get a 2021 F-150 with 0.9% financing for 60 months plus $1,000 auto show bonus cash.
My dog wants a yard.
Love it.
And another dog.
Have you looked at houses yet?
Not yet.
But that's good. I learned from Summit that it's better to start with a pre-approval anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
You can decide how much you're comfortable paying each month and then back into your price range.
Oh, and start putting the difference between your rent and your future mortgage into savings.
With Summit Credit Union, you might be more ready than you think.
I think it's great. Summit helps people build confidence and knowledge to move forward. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
Before treating your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, you're not the only one with questions about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start, with about 10 minutes of treatment once every 3 months. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you, and if a sample is available.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. Plus, right now, you may pay $0 for Botox. Ask your doctor about Botox today.
Be alert, be cautious, make good choices, stay home if you can, because it's going to be difficult out there.
Right now, streets crews trying to sand and salt the roads, but we are still seeing dangerous conditions for your morning commute.
Today is the day that our freezing rain transitions to sleet. It's tough to figure out exactly when, but that's what the First Warn Weather Team is going to try to figure out.
The ice shutting things down today, including schools, the big districts that are closed this morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. Thanks for joining us. We have team coverage this morning on this alert day as you wake up to a layer of ice across southern Wisconsin.
Josh Breider updating us on your morning commute, and Chris Reese is here with your certified most accurate forecast. We also have live crews out there to show you what it's going to look like when you step out the door. Chris Reese, why don't you take it away, man?
Yeah, things have been very slick. Even stepping out of the door of Reese Manor this morning and working our way to the station, there's a lot of ice, and we're going to see more of that as we go throughout today. But the good news is that today is the day that all the freezing rain we've had so far really starts to take more of a transition over to some sleet. The earlier that happens, the better things are going to be for all of us throughout parts of southern Wisconsin. Any sleet farther to our north becomes snow today. Any rain across extreme southeastern Wisconsin, that'll become freezing rain and a little sleet today as well. Here's our radar. We're tracking the storm. Lots of rain to the south, lots of snow to the north, but we are truly in the in-between right here in southern parts of Wisconsin, and I want to take a moment to focus on what's going down in northeastern parts of Iowa. This is where we're going to start to see the radar really begin to fill in and light up as we go through the next couple of hours. Notice there's lots of lightning and thunder. Yes, I am talking about thunder sleet in our forecast as we go throughout today, and I expect some of that to be developing across parts of southern Wisconsin too. Platteville, Dubuque, right along Highway 151 and working its way towards the north and east. That's where we're seeing some freezing rain that has become more so sleet at this hour, and we'll continue to track things. But the sooner this becomes sleet, the better off we truly are when it comes to things like tree damage or power outages out there. Still, our winter weather advisories for all of us are going to continue until 6 o'clock tonight, and we are icy and slick, not just through the morning, not just through lunchtime, but even into your evening commute as well. I expect our roadways to be icy and slick. Check it out, that beautiful foggy shot of our capital this morning. 18 degrees with freezing rain. When it is 18 degrees, folks, salt is no longer all that effective. So any salt that was done overnight, it's got to struggle right now. That's really going to create things to be even more icy as you head out the door this morning. Janesville, you're a little bit better at 28. The Dells and Bearville, you're at 13. That salt's just not working at this point. Temperatures are critical as we go throughout the rest of today. This is 11 o'clock. Our temperature's still at 18, but this is when we'll see the heaviest sleet and freezing rain move on through. By the time we move towards the early afternoon, that's when we'll see a couple of snowflakes, but it really doesn't amount to much as things begin to wind down. We're talking a 10 to a quarter inch of freezing rain. Should we really transition over to sleet faster, this will be on the lower side of things, but we've already seen about a 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain so far. Less than an inch of any kind of sleet and snow is to be expected. From there, my attention turns towards Thursday. This is Thursday at 4:30 in the afternoon, and then overnight into Friday. That's our next chance for snow coming through and could prove to be our next alert days. We are looking at accumulating snow overnight Thursday and into Friday. That'll impact your Friday morning commute. And again, check out that overnight low Thursday into Friday, 11. Once again, we're talking snow falling and salt that won't be effective until we get towards the part of the afternoon into Friday. A little bit warmer this weekend, then temperatures will be into the 30s for next week.
All right, thanks for that, Chris. Our team coverage continues now with an up-close look at what you'll see when you step out the door this morning.
McKenna Alexander is live checking out those icy conditions. McKenna, what are you seeing?
Yeah, well, right now we're out near Pilgrim Park, and I gotta say, these sidewalks still completely slick, and this freezing rain isn't helping. You can see that my boots are just completely sliding off, and as Chris Reese just mentioned, that salt isn't going to be as effective as the morning goes on. Now, the city has said that street crews did do what they could last night, but just given the conditions of this storm, it is going to be difficult as the day goes on.
When it gets below 20 degrees, that's when salt, at the rate we apply it, really slows down with how much it works. And in a typical event, that's whenever we transition to just sand in that instances. I think with this storm, I think we're going to have temperatures enough where we can salt for the duration of the freezing rain and then sort of pivot to what the weather gives us from there and try to put sand down where we need to.
Now, Johnson says if you are able to work from home today, to do so. A lot of kids also home from school as well. If you have some errands, maybe push them back to later this week. Again, if you don't have to go outside today, don't do it. It really is slick out there on the driveways, sidewalks, and then roads are just going to get worse as the day goes on. Back to you guys.
McKenna Alexander reporting live for us this morning. Thank you, McKenna. Okay, so we know those driveways and sidewalks are slick. So are the main thoroughfares.
Josh Breider has your back, though. He's continuing to update your morning commute and has a look at the roads for us at this hour. Hey, Josh.
Hey, guys. Good morning. We're going to start with a look at the Department of Transportation across the state of Wisconsin right now. We are seeing quite a few colors out there. Good news is across the 608, we're seeing some more green popping up on the map. Green means ghost. We're seeing mainly just wet roads in those areas, but you can see those spotty conditions where we have the blue and pink showing up on the map. We're going to take you across the 608 right now, show you some of those trouble spots. Again, that crash has been cleared on the interstate near the Rock River line, that Newville exit that we were showing you earlier. We're still seeing quite a few slowdowns on I-39, though, north of Janesville, Highway 14, Highway 51, looking slow in Rock County as well. As far as we go out in southwest Wisco, we're starting to see a lot more delays on Highway 18 just west of Dodgeville as you get close to Fenimore there. Highway 61 also quite slow out there as well. Taking you northbound, we're seeing some slowdowns up near Columbia County, Portage as well. Closer to Madison, though, Dane County, Madison, not looking too bad so far. A lot of green on the map, but we expect that to change here as that morning commute picks up. We are giving you the red light as you head out the door. We're going to see those slow conditions with icy roadways out there. Take it slow and stay home if you can. That's your first warn traffic.
All right, Josh Breider, thank you. That ice shutting down area schools for the day. There are more than 100 closures this morning. That includes Madison Metro schools. Middleton, Cross Plains, Verona, Janesville, Sun Prairie, Blackhawk Technical College. Those are also on the list. You can find it scrolling at the bottom of your screen right now, or you can always go to channel3000.com. We do try to carefully vet school closures to ensure we don't report a wrongful one. So if you do not see your school on the list but are concerned, contact your school directly.
And let's take a live look now at northern Wisconsin, where it's more snow than ice. Look at this. This is the Apostle Islands area, almost as far north as you can get in Wisconsin. They're expected to get upwards of a foot of snow today. We've been watching this live shot all morning long. Our producer Shelby has been keeping an eye on it since 11 overnight. And you can't even see the park benches anymore. The sky also pretty blurry as they continue to see that snowstorm hit. Now, as far as what we can expect here in southern Wisconsin, our certified most accurate weather team will be pushing updates all day long through our Channel 3000 weather app. That's where you can keep track of what's next in this system today, tomorrow, and later on this week. Just do a search for Channel 3000 weather in your app store.
Other top headlines this morning: Dane County's top executive, Joe Parisi, taking an unusual step, publicly criticizing the Dane County Sheriff's Office for not releasing enough information on the Quadron Wilson case. Here's what he had to say about the shooting from almost 3 weeks ago.
This is not a comfortable thing to do, to, have to address, law enforcement leadership in this way. But, I'm trying to do is give voice to a lot of people in this community who are kind of scratching their heads and saying, what's going on here? Why aren't we hearing more about what's going on?
Wilson is still in jail this morning. His family says officers shot him 5 times in the back. 21 state and local officers cornered his car on the east side February 3rd. The Dane County Sheriff's Office wasn't involved in the arrest. They were the third party asked to investigate. Last week, the department did release the names of the agents who fired their weapons. County investigators said there was no evidence Wilson was armed with any kind of weapon at the time. In response, the Sheriff's Department says it understands the need for more information, but it has to protect the integrity of the investigation. They said as an independent agency not involved in the incident, the Sheriff's Office has been tasked with completing the investigation in compliance with the state statute. on officer-involved critical incidents.
6:38 now. A pair of really bizarre stories with similar plots taking place over the weekend at different places in Madison. Madison police arresting 2 different men who were both caught entering 2 separate homes and then found sleeping on the victim's couch. One incident Saturday afternoon happened on Darbo Drive. The second incident this Monday on Willie Street. Neighbors were stunned by the news, but police confirming the neighborhood rumor was real. So this first case, Saturday around 2 p.m. in broad daylight, a couple reported a man had broken into their place on Darbo Drive, made a mess of their home, showered in their home, tried their clothes on, and then fell asleep on their couch. The second case, around 2 a.m. Monday, another victim calling police, this time on Willie Street, to say they found a man sitting on their couch.
I'll be super scared. Like, we're supposed to be safe inside our home. You know, there should not be anyone just coming into our home unexpectedly and then feel comfortable enough to go to sleep.
Officers confirm the 2 incidents are unrelated. Both suspects have been arrested. Those 2 men face several charges.
Could you imagine?
Taking a shower.
Trying on your clothes? Come on.
Sleeping on your couch. My goodness, what a story. Okay, 6:40 now. A live look outside on this alert day. Freezing drizzle turning to sleet later today. We're keeping an eye on your morning commute.
Your certified most accurate weather team continues to track what's next in this system and what time it'll hit your neighborhood. Stay with us.
Hey everybody, it's me, Tracy Turnblad from Hairspray. Broadway's Tony Award-winning Best Musical is back. Don't miss Hairspray.
At Overture, February 22nd through 27th. Tickets at overture.org.
Stretch your dollar with 11% off everything at Menards. Dutch Boy has the paints you need. DuraClean Interior Paint and Primer in 1 goes on easily and stays beautiful longer. Hurry in and pick up a gallon for $14.98 after rebates. Finish your update with Great Lakes Flooring. Great Lakes Vinyl Plank Flooring is durable, waterproof, and easily clicks together. All Great Lakes Flooring is 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
At Pick and Save, we believe fresh is all about standards. That's why we do up to a 27-point inspection on our produce. Like for oranges, we check for color and scarring and more, keeping only the best of the best on our shelves. Because when it comes to fresh for everyone, we believe the juice is worth the squeeze. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Come experience Floor & Decor's grand opening in Monona. With our unmatched selection of tile, wood, stone, laminate, vinyl, and more, all at everyday low prices, at Floor & Decor, you'll discover the perfect products for shopping on trend and on budget, all in one stop. Plus, our helpful associates make realizing your vision easy from start to finish, so your upgrade has never been more you. Discover your new Floor & Decor, now open in Monona, or visit us online at flooranddecor.com.
Come join the amazing team of compassionate caregivers at the one and only Attic Angel Community. Attic Angel Community of Madison is looking for skilled RNs and CNAs and offers shift differentials and on-demand pay, tuition reimbursement, wellness center, and much more. CNAs starting at $18 an hour. We also offer rewarding careers in housekeeping and food service. Apply online today at atticangel.org. Come join the one and only Attic Angel Community.
Hey everybody, it's me, Tracy Turnblad from Hairspray, Broadway's Tony Award-winning Best Musical, and we're dancing our way to your city. Don't miss Hairspray.
At Overture, February 22nd through 27th. Tickets at overture.org.
U.S. ad spending is set to surpass $300 billion by 2022, and the greater Madison area is poised for major growth. So now would be a great time to consider a career in multimedia sales and to join our team selling our top-rated media and digital solutions. Work for a company that offers training, autonomy, flexibility, income growth, upward mobility, and work-life balance with a competitive wage. If you have a passion to drive results for local businesses, then visit morganmurphymedia.com right now to apply.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
We are dealing with the ice as we go throughout the rest of today. We've been tracking this since yesterday, telling you that today was going to be icy and slick, and now I'm focusing on areas to our west where a lot of that ice is going to come in. We're watching the radar fill in. Look at the snow filling in places like the Twin Cities. Radar is going to be filling in over parts of Iowa as well, where we've seen a lot of thunder sleet this morning, and we will have our own chance to see some thunder sleet as we start to move towards the afternoon. I've been focused on parts of Lafayette County. That's where we've seen a lot of that sleet early on this morning, starting to lift its way northward. And there's a lot more where that came from. Check it out. Just south of I-80, you see all this freezing rain with the lightning and thunder starting to show up. That's a part of the radar that's going to fill in and work its way towards us. So look for minor to moderate travel impacts throughout the rest of today. Things will start to improve for us as we move towards the late evening, and then Wednesday is going to be all good, but by Thursday, we're doing it again. We're talking about moderate travel impacts starting to show up. This time, for a little bit more of something exciting and refreshing, it's snow instead of freezing rain and sleet getting ready to come our way. That'll start to overspread parts of the area by Thursday afternoon, and then we're going to see our steady light snow really start to stick around with us into parts of Thursday night and early Friday as well. Temperatures Thursday night into Friday, I'm expecting to go down to about 11 degrees or so. So once again, we're going to be talking about it being too cold for salt to be effective, but hopefully we can get those plows out since this is snow instead of ice, and they'll be able to clear the roads by the time we get you towards that morning commute. We're going to watch it. We got to get through this storm first. Once we get through today, I'll spend all of tomorrow preparing you for Thursday.
All right, Chris Reese, we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
6:45 now. We are continuing to keep an eye on your morning commute.
That's right. When you step out the door this morning, be careful. Also, when you take a drive out this morning, if you're headed out to work, those roads are going to be slick. You know that. So let's get to Josh Sprider and your first warn traffic. Hey there, Josh.
Hey, guys. Good morning. We're going to start with a look at Madison right now because things are actually not looking too shabby at this hour. We're seeing a lot of green on the main roads. Those were the roads that have been treated so far. But keep in mind, there are still some slick spots out there. Looking at Dane County right now, we have seen quite a few slowdowns on Highway 14, especially near Oregon this morning. So if you're heading in from that direction, Rock County looking a little bit slower. Highway 14, Highway 51, and the interstate looking slow as you approach Dane County from Rock County this morning. As far as those drive times go, right now average speed if you're moving in from Sauk City around 51 miles an hour, going to take you around 19 minutes. But just because we're seeing a lot of green on the map does not mean those roads are in perfect condition, guys. If we see any changes, we're going to let you know right here on News 3 Now this morning.
All right. Josh Sprider, thanks a lot. Okay. We are seeing some new video of an officer-involved crash in Middleton from last week. It happened at the intersection of Century Avenue and High Road, injuring 3 people. The video here shows a squad car that had just driven through an intersection when it is hit head-on by another car going the wrong way. The officer and the other Middleton PD employee who were in the squad were injured and taken to the hospital, as well as the driver of the other car. That individual was arrested for OWI.
Happening today, AT&T will shut down its older 3G network services. They announced the decision back in 2019 to make room for the faster 5G network. So what's this mean for you? If you own a flip phone or even an older smartphone, you won't be able to make or receive calls or text messages. The impact could be more confusing as 3G also supports things like ankle monitors, home alarms, even medical alert devices like Lifeline. Sprint plans to retire its 3G networks next month. Verizon says they will too at the end of the year.
Happening today, the 18th annual State of the Tribes address will be given at the state capitol. Since 2005, the Great Lakes Intertribal Council selects a member to address lawmakers every year. The purpose is to encourage continued work between politicians and tribal nations. This year, Shannon Holsley of Stockbridge-Muncie will give the address. She did the same 5 years ago. The State of the Tribes address is scheduled for 1 p.m. this afternoon.
All right, just about 6:48 on your Tuesday. Coming up in the morning sprint, the Big Ten bringing fines against Michigan and Wisconsin coaches. Who's suspended and how much they're paying.
First, though, we want to say happy birthday to Elliot and all the kiddos turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with News 3 Now this morning.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
With thyroid eye disease, my whole world became about my eyes. I hid my bulging eyes, and double vision made things look like this. But then my doctor recommended Tepezza, a prescription medicine that treats thyroid eye disease. With my symptoms under control, things are really opening up.
In a clinical study, nearly 7 out of 10 patients taking Tepezza saw improvements in double vision, and more than 8 out of 10 patients had less eye bulging. Tepezza is an infused medicine. Patients taking Tepezza may experience infusion reactions. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms such as high blood pressure, fast heartbeat, shortness of breath, or muscle pain. Before receiving Tepezza, tell your doctor if you have diabetes, inflammatory bowel disease, or IBD, or are pregnant or planning to become pregnant. Tepezza may raise your blood sugar even if you do not have diabetes, and may worsen IBD such as Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis.
My world is more than just my eyes.
Ask your doctor about Tepezza and visit mytepezza.com to see Jeannie's before and after photos.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Join the adventure when your favorite Disney friends visit your hometown at Disney on Ice presents Into the Magic. Tickets on sale now. Coming to Alliant Energy Center March 10th through the 13th. For show details, visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
Test rest a Beauty Rest Black or Black Hybrid at Steinhoffels, and you could win a 2-year lease for a 2022 Mercedes-Benz GLA 250. Purchase a Beauty Rest Black or Black Hybrid, and you'll get 2 free absolute relaxation pillows, $200 in Steinhoffels cash, plus a $100 grocery reward card. And with Steinhoffels 0% financing and free delivery, buying a Beauty Rest Black has never been easier. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
A must in your medicine cabinet. Less sick days.
Cold coming on? Zicam is the #1 cold shortening brand.
Highly recommended.
Zifans love Zicam's unique zinc formula.
It shortens colds.
Zicam Zinc That Cold.
Here for you in a heartbeat. SSM Health, Heart and Vascular Care.
6:51, time for the morning sprint.
Team coverage on this alert day with dozens of school closures, delays at Dane County Airport, and freezing rain turning to sleet. Chris Reese kicks us off this certified most accurate forecast. Chris.
That is the focus of today. We're talking about the change of precipitation types. Lots of freezing rain this morning. That will be transitioning over to a period of sleet as we move into the late morning and the afternoon. Let's track that for you. This is 11 o'clock. Lots of freezing rain and sleet moving through. There will also be some lightning and thunder as this starts to move through as well. So do not be surprised if you happen to hear that. Temperatures are going to be critical though, because at 18 and below, salt's no longer truly effective at that point. Look at the temperatures right at 11 o'clock. So we're going to be watching them all day long. Things will end as a couple of snow showers and flurries for us. When it comes to overall amounts, not a lot. Less than an inch of snow and sleet, perhaps anywhere from 1/10 to 1/4 inch of the freezing rain. We're going to keep an eye on this all day long.
One word for the ice this morning is deceiving. Even though this looks like a lot of ice, this is just the same as these sidewalks. As you're heading out the door this morning, make sure you're using extra care on your sidewalks, your driveways, and of course on the roads. If you do not have to go outside today, city officials are urging you to stay home, work remotely. A lot of kids are also out of school as well. So as you're heading out this morning, be very, very careful out there.
McKenna, thank you. To our other top stories this morning, Michigan head coach Juwan Howard will be suspended through the end of the regular season for his involvement in a fight at the Kohl Center after Sunday's game against UW. That's 5 more games for the Wolverines without Howard. He's also been fined $40,000. Badgers head coach Greg Gard facing a $10,000 fine that UW says it will pay for. 2 Michigan players and 1 Wisconsin player also suspended, 1 game each for their involvement.
Governor Evers is creating a blue ribbon commission through an executive order. It's to address issues facing veterans. The order will help veterans struggling in a post-pandemic world, something the governor says is vital to make sure that veterans aren't left behind. The executive order will address issues of education, housing, work opportunities, and mental health. More than 300,000 veterans call Wisconsin home.
Russian President Vladimir Putin says he's sending troops into parts of Ukraine for a, quote, peacekeeping operation. The move intensifying concerns this is the start of an attack on that country. President Biden signed an executive order banning new trade and investment in the area, and the United Nations Security Council holding an emergency meeting on the topic overnight.
State Democrats once again introducing paid family medical leave legislation. The Democratic proposal would ensure that workers have paid leave when they need it. They say it will also help new parents. Representative Sonny Pope says the measure could be made law within days if approved.
A former Minneapolis police officer in the George Floyd civil rights trial testifying in his own defense this week. Thomas Lane is one of 3 on trial for violating George Floyd's civil rights. In May of 2020, Lane and former officer J. Alexander Kang were the first officers to respond to reports that Floyd had tried to use a counterfeit $20 bill. Lane helped Derek Chauvin restrain Floyd. They are both pleading not guilty.
Happening today, the 18th annual State of the Tribes address will be given at the state capitol. Since 2005, the Great Lakes Intertribal Council selects a member to address lawmakers every year. The purpose is to encourage continued work between politicians and tribal nations. This year, Shannon Halsley of Stockbridge-Muncie will give the address, which she's done before 5 years ago. It's all set to start at 1 o'clock this afternoon. We'll stream it live.
Just months after the end of her controversial conservatorship, it appears Britney Spears wants to add best-selling author to her list of accomplishments. People magazine reports the pop star has signed a massive $15 million book deal with the publishing house Simon & Schuster to write a tell-all memoir. No word on when that book could be released.
Travel at U.S. airports reached holiday levels over the weekend. The TSA screened more than 2.2 million people Friday. That's the most since the Sunday after Thanksgiving of 2021. Between Friday and Sunday, TSA screened nearly twice the number of travelers compared to the same time last year. Even so, it didn't reach pre-pandemic numbers.
On this alert day, we're keeping an eye on your first-warn traffic as you head out the door this morning. Taking a look at the Department of Transportation. Up to the north and west, we're actually seeing a lot more green on the map. That means go a little bit more of a wet road condition up there, but we are seeing a lot more blue and pinks showing up, which means that we're seeing some partially to completely covered roadways out there. Let's take you across the 608 this morning. Right now in Rock County, we're seeing some slowdowns on Highway 14. Evansville down to Janesville looking slow. The interstate looking okay there. Zooming into Madison right now, starting to see a couple more delays picking up there, but so far so good right now. We're going to keep an eye on that. Your drive times, everything in the green. We're moving at those posted speeds. If you're heading into downtown Madison right now, we are moving in just fine. We're going to keep an eye on that if anything changes. We'll be keeping an eye on those road and weather conditions throughout CBS Mornings. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We're back with a live update here in about 25 minutes. Make it a great day.